internet. I'm Scott with Serkworks Art Labs. Welcome mad creators to the underground laboratory where together we're going to create some awesome comics, because this is Making Comics 101 and this is a quick tip. It's Friday, that means a quick tip. The schedule is the main episode on Monday, then on Wednesday we do a bonus exercise, and on Friday we do the quick tip. So it's Friday, it's quick tip time. So what we've been talking about this week is we've been talking about dialogue. One of my favorite parts of writing comics is coming up with the words that our characters say. So with this quick tip, in the previous episode, or the main episode on Monday, I got a comment from Gary Hodges, who is a friend of mine, and he's also local to where I live and everything. So we've met and everything. We've done comic conventions together, and he is the author of this book here, I always say it wrong, DBSM 1975. This is an awesome book. There's a lot of crazy spoilers and stuff in here, so I won't show you too much, but just a little bit of the artwork and everything. I will try, if I can remember, I will leave a link to this book in the description. I think he's working on the follow-up right now, which is awesome. The reason why I'm mentioning this is the reason why I think he's a really excellent person to comment on this particular episode about dialogue, is because one of the things I mentioned in the episode about dialogue are some people that are really good at it. One of those people I mentioned was Quentin Tarantino. Now, whenever I talk to people about this book, because I really do love it, and I pitch people, Gary's been on the Artcasters and everything, and he's talked about his process of writing this book. But the one thing, and I think he may be even using this to pitch the book himself now, but I always say that it's like a combination. It's like if Quentin Tarantino wrote the X-Files, it's kind of that kind of story. There's a lot of violence, but also the dialogue is really great, and it's a sci-fi alien abduction story. So so Gary had left a couple of tips in the comment section, and I told him, I said, I think I'm basically gonna steal these and put them on the show, but hopefully he doesn't mind because I'm giving him credit here. So the first thing he said when writing dialogue, and some of these things I do, but I didn't really think so much about it, but the first one is see if it can pass the how did he put it, the out loud test. So basically, when you're writing dialogue, and you'll see when like, if you ever watched a pitch meeting or something for like a Disney film or a Pixar, where you've got all these great creative minds, and they're pitching the story and everything, when they're going through the storyboards, they'll actually go through and they'll do all the voices and everything like that. And that's kind of what you want to do with your story, is not just read the dialogue, because it sounds different when you say it out loud. So go through your dialogue, and it may be a little embarrassing at first, and you don't have to do it in front of a person, although maybe that'll help because you can get some feedback if you're comfortable doing that. But in any case, just out loud, read your comic and try to kind of do it in people's voices and everything, because what looks good on the page may not sound as good, or maybe sound better, or maybe give you some directions on some things you may want to change when you start reading that stuff out loud. The other, and this is going to be a twofer, because the other quick tip that Gary also mentioned was when you're first doing your first draft of your comic, don't worry so much about the voices of the characters and everything. Just write it in your own voice, and that way you can get the words, everything out on the page and everything for your first pass, and then go back and then kind of figure out how it would actually sound coming out of your particular characters. Because I think if you concentrate too much in the beginning on the different voices and the different personalities and everything of your character, and some of that's going to come through no matter what, because you sort of know your characters. But just write it in your own voice for the first round, and then once you start making, diving a little deeper, then start making those character voices a little more original, a little more catered to whatever that particular character is. So thank you, Gary, for the great advice and great tips. That's why I'm sharing it with you guys. So that'll do it for another issue of Making Comics 101, a bonus quick tip, and I will see you guys later. That is all. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Also, you can follow me at Serkworks on social media, and now you can support the work that I do on Patreon. Do you like making comics? Then go to Serkworks.com and pick up the Comic Maker Starter Kit. It's packed full of fonts, brushes, templates, and more, and best of all, it's totally free.